Each night, something remarkable happens inside the human brain. While the body lies still in sleep, the brain goes to work. It gently clears away the waste and stress of the day, stores memories, repairs tiny damages, and resets the mind for tomorrow. But what if that healing process isn't happening? What if, instead of repairing itself, the brain is slowly breaking down, all while the person believes they're simply resting? That's the quiet danger too many older adults face without knowing. New research from neurologists across the U.S., including leading names from institutions like the Mayo Clinic in Stanford, shows that poor sleep habits, especially after age 60, are quietly linked to a higher risk of memory loss, confusion, and even dementia. And it's not just about how many hours someone sleeps. It's about how they sleep and what they do right before bed. For years, a woman named Helen from North Carolina thought her forgetfulness was just part of aging. But after she changed one simple bedtime habit, her clarity began returning. That's because the way we sleep either protects the brain or slowly puts it at risk. And the surprising part? Many of the habits that hurt the aging brain are ones people never realized could be dangerous. Before we begin, take a moment and share something simple. Tell me where you're watching from in the comments below. I'd love to know. Now, let's walk together through what science is showing us and how small bedtime changes can make a powerful difference. This article is for informational purposes only. Please consult your personal physician for advice tailored to your health. Now, let's explore the 3 bedtime mistakes most people over 60 never knew could be quietly harming the brain. Mistake 1. Going to bed with a racing mind, the anxiety loop. For many older adults, bedtime isn't peaceful. It's when the mind begins to race. Thoughts that stayed quiet during the day suddenly come alive when the lights go out. Worries about health, grown children, old friends, money, medications, or that one doctor's appointment they've been putting off. All of it comes flooding in like a tide that doesn't stop. It's a feeling many don't talk about, but they feel it deeply. And for some, it happens almost every single night. This quiet storm inside the mind may seem harmless. After all, isn't it normal to have a few worries before bed? But neurologists are learning something surprising. When the brain is trapped in this anxiety loop at night, it can quietly block one of the most essential functions of sleep, deep restoration. Without deep sleep, the brain can't do its natural cleaning job. And that's when problems begin. Dr. Carol Stevens, a neurologist from Minnesota who has spent over 30 years studying cognitive decline, puts it simply: if you go to bed with a busy brain, you rob your mind of the very sleep that's supposed to protect it. She explains that older adults who live with chronic bedtime worry often experience poor sleep architecture, meaning their brains never fully drop into the deep, healing stage where toxins are flushed and memory is processed. This isn't just theory. A major study by researchers at UCLA followed over 1,200 adults between the ages of 60 and 80. They found that those with high levels of nighttime stress were twice as likely to report memory lapses within 5 years, compared to those with calmer bedtimes. Even more concerning, brain scans showed early signs of shrinkage in areas linked to memory, like the hippocampus. These changes weren't caused by age, they were linked to the quality of sleep. Take the story of Janet, a 67-year-old retired teacher from Ohio. For years, she believed her mild forgetfulness was just part of getting older. But as her sleep became lighter and her anxiety louder, she started misplacing simple things: her reading glasses, her medications, even her granddaughter's birthday. One night, after lying awake for hours and feeling her heart pound, she decided to talk to her doctor. That single conversation changed her life. Her physician, a geriatric specialist, explained how bedtime anxiety triggers cortisol, the body's stress hormone. When cortisol is high at night, it blocks melatonin, the natural sleep hormone. This makes it harder to fall asleep and even harder to stay asleep. The result? Shallow rest that leaves the brain tired and foggy. Janet realized she was caught in what her doctor called anxiety-sleep-memory triangle. One weak link affected all the others. So she made one small change. Each night before bed, she wrote down her worries in a notebook, just a few lines. Things like, "I'm worried about my blood pressure," or "I hope Sarah made it home safe from college." Then, she'd write a sentence next to it: "I'll deal with this tomorrow." Slowly, her mind learned to let go. She also began listening to soft piano music and lowered the room lights an hour before bedtime. Within weeks, she noticed her sleep deepened. Within months, her memory improved. But even more than that, she felt peaceful again. There are many gentle ways to calm the mind before bed, and they don't require any medications or complicated techniques. For some, it's prayer. For others, it's breathing slowly while sitting in a favorite chair. A warm bath, a familiar scent like lavender, or even calling a loved one to say goodnight can help signal the brain that it's safe to rest. The goal isn't to turn off the mind. It's to guide it kindly toward quiet. Experts at the Sleep Foundation recommend something called a wind-down ritual. It's a 30-minute routine where the lights are dimmed, screens are turned off, and the mind is gently directed away from heavy thinking. Even a short walk outside before bed, if the weather allows, can help reset the nervous system. One small step every night can build a powerful new pattern over time. Now, it's important to be patient. The racing mind is often not a one-night problem. It can come from decades of habit, being the caregiver, the one who always had to solve problems, the one who stayed up worrying when the kids were young. That instinct doesn't go away easily. But with grace, intention, and self-kindness, the brain can learn a new way. Dr. Stevens always tells her older patients this: "You've carried so many people through life. Maybe now, it's time to carry yourself gently into rest." Families play a part too. A simple act like turning down the TV volume in the evenings or giving a quiet moment of encouragement can go a long way. Older adults don't need someone to fix their worries. They need the space to let those worries go safely and slowly each night. When the mind rests, the brain heals. That's the quiet miracle of sleep. And for those over 60, it's not just rest. It's protection, clarity, and even a form of hope. Janet's story is not rare. Across America, thousands of older adults are rediscovering the power of bedtime peace. They're learning that letting go of a few thoughts each night can bring back parts of themselves they thought were lost. Names, memories come, even joy. Mistake number one is simple but powerful: going to bed with a racing mind. And the good news? It's one of the easiest things to begin changing. Tonight, turn off the noise just a little earlier. Breathe, write, pray, trust. Your brain is listening, and it's ready to heal. Mistake 2, blue light and late-night screens. A brain signal gone wrong. In today's world, screens are everywhere, on our phones, tablets, TVs, and computers. For many older adults, staying connected with family, watching favorite shows, or reading the news online is part of daily life and brings comfort. Yet, as useful and enjoyable as these devices are, using them late into the night can quietly cause serious harm to the brain's natural sleep cycle. Neurologists warn that exposure to blue light from screens before bed is more than just a small inconvenience. It's a key bedtime mistake that increases dementia risk over time. Our brains rely on a delicate balance of signals to know when it's time to wake up and when to rest. The hormone melatonin plays a starring role in this process. It's sometimes called the sleep hormone because it tells the body it's time to slow down and prepare for sleep. But blue light, a high-energy light emitted by screens, blocks melatonin production. This means the brain gets confused, thinking it's still daytime, even when the clock says otherwise. Dr. Michael Turner, a neurologist and sleep researcher at Johns Hopkins University, explains it simply. Blue light before bedtime tricks your brain's internal clock. It delays the release of melatonin, making it harder to fall asleep and reducing deep restorative sleep later in the night. When this happens regularly, the brain misses out on the important cleanup and memory consolidation processes that occur during deep sleep. Studies have shown that older adults who regularly use screens late night tend to have poorer sleep quality and more daytime fatigue. A large study conducted by the National Institute on Aging found that seniors who used electronic devices within an hour of bedtime had significantly lower melatonin levels and poorer cognitive performance the following day. Over time, these disruptions can contribute to memory problems and increase the risk of dementia. Consider the story of George, a 72-year-old grandfather from Seattle. George loved watching his favorite baseball games on his tablet every night after dinner. It was his way to unwind and connect with the world. However, over time, he began to notice that his sleep became restless and he felt foggy the next morning. He often forgot small things like appointments or where he put his keys. When he mentioned this to his doctor, he was surprised to learn that his late-night screen use was affecting his sleep and, potentially, his brain health. George took a simple but effective step. He started turning off all screens at least 1 hour before bedtime. Instead, he picked up an old habit of reading paperback books or listening to classical music. He also invested in special glasses that block blue light for use in the evening. Within weeks, his sleep improved dramatically. His mind felt sharper during the day, and he even found himself more patient and connected when spending time with his grandchildren. Many older adults don't realize how sensitive the aging brain is to light signals. As we get older, our melatonin production naturally decreases, making it even more important to protect it. This means that even small amounts of blue light at night can have a bigger impact than they would in younger people. One useful strategy is to create a screen curfew in the home. This means no phones, tablets, or computers after a certain time, usually an hour before bedtime. Instead, try activities that promote relaxation without screen exposure. Gentle stretching, meditation, or writing in a journal can help shift the brain's focus and ease the transition to sleep. Another helpful tip is to adjust device settings to reduce blue light exposure. Many smartphones and computers now have night mode or blue light filter options that shift the screen to warmer tones after sunset. While this doesn't completely eliminate the problem, it helps reduce the brain's confusion. Pairing this with limiting screen time before bed provides a double layer of protection. Some experts also recommend investing in special glasses designed to block blue light. These can be especially useful if your evening activities require screen use. Wearing these glasses for 1 to 2 hours before bed has been shown to improve sleep quality and reduce eye strain. Family members can support older adults by encouraging these habits gently and respectfully. Instead of criticizing screen use, sharing information about how blue light affects sleep can open a conversation. Planning screen-free family evenings or encouraging relaxing routines together can create supportive environments that benefit everyone. It's important to remember that technology itself is not the enemy. It's how and when we use it that matters most. For older adults who cherish keeping up with news, photos of grandchildren, or favorite shows, learning to balance screen time with brain-friendly habits is key. Dr. Turner often reminds his patients, the brain's clock is delicate, especially as we age. Respecting its natural rhythm by protecting melatonin is one of the simplest ways to care for your memory and your mind. The good news is that blue light exposure is a reversible problem. Changing bedtime screen habits can lead to improvements in sleep and brain health within just a few weeks. With patience and intention, many older adults find they can still enjoy their favorite shows just earlier in the evening and wake up feeling more refreshed and alert. George's story is just one example among many. Across the country, seniors are discovering that turning off screens and protecting their sleep is a powerful step toward preserving their memories and maintaining independence. By recognizing the hidden harm of blue light and late-night screen use, older adults can take control of their brain health. It's a gentle but profound way to reduce the risk of dementia and support a clearer, brighter future. Tonight, consider setting a screen curfew. Dim the lights, pick up a book, or listen to calming music instead. Your brain will thank you. Protecting melatonin might just be the quietest, easiest habit with the biggest impact on your memory and your life. Mistake 3. Ignoring the body's natural sleep rhythm. Fighting the internal clock. One of the most common but least understood bedtime mistakes is ignoring the body's natural sleep rhythm. Our bodies have an internal clock, called the circadian rhythm, that tells us when it's time to be awake and when it's time to rest. This clock is influenced by light, temperature, and daily habits. When we listen to this rhythm, our sleep is more restful and our brain has the chance to recover fully. But when we fight against it by staying up too late, sleeping in too long, or having irregular sleep schedules, we create confusion in the brain that can increase dementia risk over time. For older adults, this natural rhythm shifts. Many find themselves waking earlier in the morning and feeling sleepy earlier in the evening. This is normal and is part of the aging process. However, it can be tempting to resist this change, to push back bedtime, nap long into the afternoon, or use stimulants like caffeine late in the day to stay awake. Neurologists warn that ignoring these changes stresses the brain's ability to regulate sleep, leading to poor sleep quality and increased cognitive decline. Dr. Linda Evans, a gerontologist at the University of Chicago, has studied how disrupted circadian rhythms affect memory. She explains, our brain's timing system is crucial for organizing sleep stages and for the brain's repair processes. When older adults maintain regular sleep-wake schedules aligned with their circadian rhythm, they show better memory retention and lower rates of cognitive decline. Ignoring the body's signals can create a domino effect. For example, staying awake late leads to shorter, deep sleep phases, which in turn prevents the brain from clearing harmful proteins linked to Alzheimer's disease. Long naps during the day may interfere with night sleep, causing fragmentation that leaves the brain tired and foggy. Over weeks and months, these small disruptions add up. Consider the experience of Mary, a 68-year-old grandmother from Florida. Mary had always been a night owl, staying up past midnight to watch late TV shows or catch up on reading. After retiring, she kept this habit, believing it kept her mind active. But she began to notice forgetfulness, difficulty concentrating, and more restless nights. Her doctor suggested she try going to bed earlier and waking up with the sunrise. At first, Mary resisted. She loved the quiet of late nights. But slowly, she adjusted her schedule, shifting activities to earlier hours and avoiding caffeine after noon. Within a few months, Mary's sleep deepened and her clarity returned. She felt more energetic during the day and reconnected easily with family and friends. Natural light plays a vital role in setting the body's clock. Exposure to morning sunlight helps signal the brain to be alert during the day and sleepy at night. For many older adults, spending time outdoors in the morning is a simple yet powerful way to support their circadian rhythm. Even sitting by a sunny window or taking a short walk outside can improve sleep quality. Temperature also influences sleep patterns. The body naturally cools down at night to prepare for deep sleep. Creating a cool, comfortable bedroom environment supports this process. Heavy blankets, warm rooms, or too many layers can interfere with falling and staying asleep. Maintaining regular sleep and wake times is key. Going to bed and waking up at the same time each day, even on weekends, helps train the brain to anticipate sleep and wakefulness. While occasional deviations are natural, chronic irregularity confuses the internal clock, leading to restless sleep. Older adults should also be cautious with daytime napping. Short naps, 20 to 30 minutes, can refresh the mind without disturbing nighttime sleep. However, long or late naps may reduce the sleep drive needed for restorative night rest. It's best to avoid napping late in the afternoon or evening. Sometimes, medications can interfere with circadian rhythms. Many seniors take medicines for blood pressure, pain, or mood that may have side effects affecting sleep patterns. Talking with a healthcare provider about these effects is important to find solutions that support healthy sleep. A growing number of older adults are turning to natural methods to strengthen their circadian rhythm. Herbal teas like chamomile or valerian root, light exercise during the day, and mindfulness practices such as meditation can ease the transition to sleep and support brain health. Family and caregivers play an important role too. Encouraging consistent routines, limiting screen time at night, and sharing morning sunlight together can create supportive habits that benefit everyone. Sometimes, a gentle reminder or shared morning walk becomes a meaningful way to connect while protecting brain health. The key message from experts is this: our bodies have wisdom, especially as we age. Listening to that internal clock is not giving in. It's honoring the brain's needs and creating conditions for long-lasting memory and cognitive function. Mary's story reminds us that even long-held habits can be gently changed with patience and care. Adjusting sleep times to align with the body's natural rhythm may feel challenging at first, but the rewards, better sleep, clearer thinking, more joy, are worth it. By respecting the body's internal clock, older adults can reduce risks that come from poor sleep patterns and support their brain's natural healing process. This approach is gentle, practical, and accessible to nearly everyone. Tonight, consider your own sleep schedule. Is it aligned with your body's natural rhythm? Small changes, like going to bed 30 minutes earlier or getting sunlight in the morning, can make a big difference. Remember, the brain's timing is part of your wisdom, guiding you toward healthier, sharper days. When thinking about sleep, many older adults focus mostly on feeling rested the next morning. But sleep does far more than just refresh the body. It plays a critical role in keeping the brain healthy, sharp, and protected against diseases like dementia. Understanding this deeper connection can inspire seniors to value sleep as one of the most powerful tools for maintaining memory and mental clarity as they age. During deep sleep, the brain performs essential housekeeping tasks. One of the most important is clearing out toxic waste products that build up during waking hours. Scientists call this process the glymphatic system, a kind of brain cleaning system that flushes out harmful proteins such as beta amyloid and tau. These proteins are closely linked to Alzheimer's disease and other forms of dementia. Without sufficient quality sleep, these toxins accumulate and may damage brain cells over time. Dr. Susan Martinez, a neurologist at the Mayo Clinic, emphasizes the importance of this cleanup. Sleep is when the brain gets a chance to wash away metabolic waste, she explains. Without deep, uninterrupted sleep, this waste can build up and contribute to the progression of cognitive decline. Poor sleep doesn't just affect physical cleanup. It also disrupts the way memories are formed and stored. During sleep, especially in the deeper stages, the brain consolidates memories, meaning it moves important information from short-term to long-term storage. This process allows seniors to retain new skills, recall cherished moments, and keep their minds sharp. Imagine Mrs. Thompson, a 75-year-old retired schoolteacher from Boston, who began struggling to remember names and important dates. She often felt confused and frustrated. After a sleep study, her doctor discovered she had frequent awakenings during the night, preventing her brain from completing the necessary memory consolidation cycles. By addressing her sleep apnea with a simple CPAP machine, Mrs. Thompson noticed remarkable improvements in her memory and mood within weeks. Sleep disturbances are common in older adults, including issues like insomnia, sleep apnea, and restless leg syndrome. These conditions fragment sleep, reducing the amount of deep, restorative rest the brain receives. Even mild disturbances can add up, quietly increasing the risk of dementia over years. Research supports this link. A study published in the journal Neurology followed adults over age 60 for several years and found that those with consistently poor sleep were significantly more likely to develop dementia. The risk was especially high for people who had fragmented sleep or less than 6 hours of rest per night. What's more, poor sleep impacts mood and mental health, which also affects cognitive function. Seniors with poor sleep often experience increased anxiety, depression, and social withdrawal. These emotional states themselves are risk factors for dementia, creating a challenging cycle to break. The good news is that improving sleep quality can make a difference, even later in life. Many older adults find relief through a combination of lifestyle changes, medical treatments, and supportive habits. One key step is recognizing and treating underlying sleep disorders. Conditions like sleep apnea, where breathing briefly stops during sleep, are surprisingly common but often undiagnosed in seniors. Simple diagnostic tests and treatments can restore restful sleep and protect brain health. Creating a peaceful sleep environment also supports better rest. Comfortable mattresses and pillows, a cool and dark bedroom, and minimizing noise can reduce awakenings during the night. Avoiding caffeine, heavy meals, and alcohol close to bedtime helps too. Daily physical activity, especially outdoors, strengthens the body's sleep-wake cycle and improves overall health. Gentle exercises like walking or yoga are excellent options for older adults and can enhance sleep quality. Mindfulness practices such as meditation and deep breathing before bed can reduce stress and ease the transition to sleep. Many seniors find these techniques calming and helpful for quieting a busy mind. Families can support their loved ones by encouraging healthy sleep habits with kindness and understanding. Sharing knowledge about the importance of sleep for brain health helps create a supportive atmosphere without pressure or judgment. Importantly, seniors should remember that it's never too late to improve sleep. The brain remains adaptable throughout life, and better sleep can slow cognitive decline and improve quality of life. Mrs. Thompson's story illustrates this well. By addressing her sleep issues, she regained confidence, improved her memory, and reconnected with her family more fully. Ultimately, understanding the hidden impact of sleep on brain health transforms sleep from a passive rest to an active part of brain care. For older adults, this awareness is a powerful motivator to prioritize sleep, not as a luxury, but as an essential element of healthy aging. Tonight, consider what you can do to improve your sleep environment or routine. Even small steps, like reducing noise or adding a calming bedtime ritual, can support your brain's vital cleanup and memory processes. Your mind is counting on it. In our modern world, screens have become a constant companion. Whether it's watching TV, scrolling on a tablet, or checking a smartphone before bed, many older adults find themselves in front of screens in the evening. While these activities might feel relaxing or a way to stay connected with loved ones, research shows that evening screen time can silently sabotage sleep quality and harm brain health. Understanding this connection can empower seniors to make small changes that protect their minds and improve rest. The main culprit behind this is the blue light emitted by screens. Blue light is a type of high-energy visible light that tricks the brain into thinking it's still daytime. Normally, as the sun sets, our brains produce a hormone called melatonin that signals it's time to sleep. Exposure to blue light in the evening suppresses melatonin production, confusing the brain's internal clock and delaying the onset of sleep. This can make it harder to fall asleep, reduce deep sleep phases, and fragment the overall sleep cycle. Dr. James Adler, a sleep specialist at Johns Hopkins University, explains, blue light exposure in the evening disrupts the circadian rhythm by telling the brain to stay alert. For older adults, whose melatonin levels naturally decline with age, this effect can be even more pronounced, leading to poorer sleep quality and increased risk of cognitive issues. Many older adults enjoy watching their favorite shows or reading the news on digital devices before bed, not realizing the hidden impact on their brains. The delayed sleep can shrink the amount of restorative deep sleep they get, which is crucial for memory consolidation and brain repair. Over time, this can contribute to cognitive decline and increase the risk of dementia. The problem doesn't stop at light exposure. Evening screen time often leads to mental stimulation, making it harder for the brain to wind down. Engaging with social media, reading emotionally charged news, or playing games can increase stress hormones like cortisol, which further delays sleep and reduces its quality. Take the example of Harold, a 72-year-old retiree in Texas who loved watching evening football games on his tablet. He found himself staying up later and later, losing track of time. Soon, he noticed memory lapses and difficulty focusing during family visits. After learning about the effects of blue light, Harold made a conscious effort to limit his screen use after 8 p.m. He replaced screen time with calming activities like reading paper books and listening to soft music. Within weeks, Harold reported better sleep and sharper thinking. Simple adjustments can make a big difference. Using night mode or blue light filters on devices in the evening helps reduce blue light exposure. Many smartphones and tablets offer settings that shift the screen to warmer colors at night. However, experts warn this is not a complete fix and recommend limiting screen use altogether at least 1 hour before bedtime. Creating a pre-sleep routine free from screens signals the brain to prepare for rest. Activities like gentle stretching, meditation, or spending quiet time with family foster relaxation and reduce stress. Even turning off the TV an hour before bed can improve sleep quality substantially. Another important step is managing the environment. Keeping bedrooms free of screens helps reduce temptation. Many seniors find that reading a printed book or listening to an audiobook is a relaxing alternative to screens. Setting a regular digital sunset time in the household encourages healthy habits for everyone. Families and caregivers can support this change by encouraging shared screen-free evenings or offering non-digital activities that bring joy and connection. This creates opportunities for conversation and bonding, which also benefit mental health. It's important to note that sleep aids or medications are not a substitute for healthy habits. While some seniors may rely on sleep medicines, these do not address the root causes of poor sleep and can have side effects, especially with long-term use. Improving sleep hygiene, including reducing evening screen exposure, is a safer and more effective way to support brain health. Neurologists stress that good sleep hygiene is a cornerstone of dementia prevention. By embracing screen-free evenings, older adults can protect their brains from the hidden harm caused by blue light and mental stimulation before bedtime. Harold's journey shows that it's never too late to make changes that support better sleep. Small, intentional steps like turning off screens earlier and adopting calming pre-sleep habits can refresh the brain and improve quality of life. In today's connected world, being mindful of evening screen use is a practical way seniors can take charge of their brain health. Remember, the goal is not to give up technology, but to balance its use with the natural rhythms our bodies need. Tonight, try a simple experiment. Put away screens 1 hour before bed and notice how your sleep feels the next day. Replace that time with a relaxing activity you enjoy. Your brain will thank you. Eating and drinking habits in the evening may seem like small details, but for older adults, they can have a big impact on sleep quality and brain health. Many seniors enjoy a late snack or a relaxing evening drink, often unaware that these choices can interfere with the brain's ability to rest and repair overnight. By understanding the connection between what goes into the body before bedtime and how the brain functions, older adults can make thoughtful changes that support better sleep and protect cognitive health. One of the most common culprits is caffeine, found not just in coffee, but also in tea, soda, chocolate, and even some medications. Caffeine is a stimulant that blocks adenosine, a brain chemical that promotes sleepiness. In younger people, caffeine effects may wear off more quickly, but in seniors, caffeine lingers longer in the body due to slower metabolism. Drinking caffeinated beverages late in the day can delay sleep onset, reduce total sleep time, and decrease deep sleep stages crucial for brain restoration. Dr. Helen Carter, a geriatric specialist in Chicago, points out many older adults don't realize that their afternoon coffee or evening chocolate could be contributing to restless nights. It's important to watch caffeine intake and avoid it after 2 p.m. to help the brain prepare for sleep. Alcohol is another commonly consumed drink that seniors often associate with relaxation and better sleep. However, while alcohol might help people fall asleep faster, it disrupts the sleep cycle, especially REM sleep, the stage important for memory consolidation and emotional health. Alcohol can cause fragmented sleep, frequent awakenings, and reduce oxygen supply to the brain during the night, which is especially harmful for older adults with existing health issues. For example, Mr. Johnson, a 68-year-old veteran from Ohio, enjoyed a glass of wine each night to unwind. He noticed feeling tired during the day and trouble remembering appointments. After discussing his habits with his doctor, he cut back on alcohol and found his sleep quality and alertness improved noticeably. Heavy or spicy meals late in the evening can also interfere with sleep. Digestion requires energy, and lying down soon after eating can cause discomfort, acid reflux, or indigestion. These conditions make it harder to fall asleep and stay asleep. Seniors with sensitive stomachs or gastroesophageal reflux disease, GERD, often experience worse symptoms at night. Keeping dinner light and eating at least 2 to 3 hours before bedtime gives the body time to digest and signals the brain that it's time to wind down. Snacks, if needed, should be small and easy to digest, such as a banana, yogurt, or a handful of nuts. Hydration is important, but drinking too much fluid close to bedtime can cause frequent nighttime bathroom trips, breaking sleep. Many seniors find it helpful to reduce fluid intake in the evening while maintaining good hydration during the day. Besides what and when to eat or drink, the quality of food matters. Diets rich in processed foods, sugars, and unhealthy fats have been linked to poorer sleep and increased risk of cognitive decline. On the other hand, Mediterranean-style diets, high in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and healthy fats, are associated with better sleep and brain health. Nutritional choices can also influence mood and stress levels, which in turn affect sleep. Balanced meals that stabilize blood sugar help avoid nighttime awakenings caused by drops in blood sugar. Including foods with magnesium, calcium, and tryptophan, known for their calming effects, can support restful sleep. It's important to remember that changes in appetite and taste are common as people age. Seniors should consult with healthcare providers to ensure their diet meets nutritional needs without interfering with sleep. Family members can support healthier evening habits by sharing meals at regular times, offering nutritious options, and creating a calm mealtime atmosphere. This not only improves digestion and sleep, but also strengthens family bonds, which are essential for emotional well-being. In addition, keeping a simple food and sleep diary for a week can help identify patterns and pinpoint foods or drinks that disrupt rest. Seniors can then discuss these findings with their doctors or nutritionists to tailor a plan suited to their unique needs. Sleep and brain health are deeply connected to lifestyle choices, and evening eating and drinking habits are powerful tools seniors can control. By reducing caffeine and alcohol, avoiding heavy late meals, and choosing nutritious foods, older adults support their brain's nightly repair process and preserve mental sharpness. Incorporating these changes may take time and patience, but the benefits extend beyond better sleep. Improved mood, energy, and cognitive function help seniors stay active and engaged with family and community, enriching their quality of life. Mr. Johnson's story reminds us that small adjustments to evening routines can lead to meaningful improvements. By being mindful of what and when they eat and drink, seniors can protect their brain health and enjoy more restful nights. As you reflect on your evening habits, consider what small changes you might try tonight. Perhaps it's switching to herbal tea after lunch or having an earlier dinner. Your brain and body will thank you with deeper rest and clearer mornings. One of the most overlooked factors that quietly chip away at brain health as we age is irregular sleep timing. Many older adults find their sleep schedules vary widely from day to day. Some nights they go to bed early, others late. Weekends might bring late mornings and long naps. While this may seem harmless or even well-deserved, irregular bedtimes and inconsistent sleep routines can seriously disrupt the brain's internal clock, also known as the circadian rhythm, and increase the risk of cognitive decline and dementia. The circadian rhythm is a natural 24-hour cycle that regulates when we feel awake and when we feel sleepy. It controls hormone release, body temperature, metabolism, and crucially, brain function. When sleep and wake times fluctuate, this internal rhythm becomes misaligned. This misalignment can reduce the quality of sleep, impair memory consolidation, and increase brain inflammation, all factors linked to dementia risk. Dr. Linda Peterson, a neurologist specializing in aging at the Mayo Clinic, explains, consistency in sleep timing is vital for maintaining brain health. Our bodies thrive on routine, especially as we age. Irregular sleep patterns can fragment sleep stages and reduce the restorative effects of sleep, which are essential for cognitive maintenance. Many seniors experience disrupted sleep schedules due to retirement, caregiving duties, health problems, or social habits. Some may take long daytime naps to compensate for poor nighttime sleep, which further throws off the sleep-wake cycle. Others might stay up late watching TV or reading, only to struggle waking up the next morning. This cycle creates a kind of sleep debt and biological confusion that the brain struggles to repair. The consequences of irregular sleep patterns extend beyond feeling groggy. Studies have shown that people with inconsistent sleep schedules have higher levels of amyloid beta plaques in the brain, one of the hallmarks of Alzheimer's disease. Moreover, irregular sleep can worsen existing cognitive problems and make memory tasks more challenging. Consider the experience of Mary, a 70-year-old grandmother from Seattle. After retiring, her daily routine became less structured. She often stayed up late chatting with friends online and napped frequently during the day. Over time, Mary noticed difficulty remembering her grandkids' names and trouble following conversations. Encouraged by her daughter, Mary started setting a regular bedtime and wake time, avoiding naps longer than 30 minutes, and keeping consistent meal times. Within a few months, she felt sharper and more energized with improved memory and mood. Developing a consistent sleep schedule requires discipline, but is one of the most effective ways seniors can protect their brains. Experts recommend going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, even on weekends. This regularity helps synchronize the circadian rhythm and enhances the natural release of sleep-promoting hormones. If falling asleep at the set bedtime is difficult, gentle pre-sleep rituals can ease the transition. Activities like reading a paper book, practicing relaxation exercises, or listening to calming music send signals to the brain that it's time to rest. Avoiding stimulating activities or bright lights near bedtime supports this process. Daytime habits also play a role in promoting consistent sleep. Exposure to natural sunlight during the morning hours helps set the body's internal clock. Physical activity during the day, tailored to one's ability, also supports healthy sleep patterns. Managing naps thoughtfully is essential. Short naps, about 20 to 30 minutes, can be refreshing and beneficial, but longer or late afternoon naps may interfere with nighttime sleep. Seniors should aim to keep naps early in the day and brief. Sometimes, underlying medical conditions like sleep apnea, restless leg syndrome, or chronic pain can cause irregular sleep and must be addressed with a healthcare provider. Proper treatment of these issues often leads to more regular and restful sleep. Social engagement is another factor supporting consistent sleep. Maintaining routines that involve regular social activities, whether volunteering, attending church, or family visits, helps reinforce daily structure and mental stimulation. Caregivers and family members can help by encouraging and modeling consistent routines. Small changes, such as setting reminders for bedtime or organizing evening walks, can promote healthy habits. Patience and support are key, as adjusting long-standing sleep patterns takes time. Ultimately, maintaining a regular sleep-wake schedule is a powerful, non-pharmaceutical tool seniors can use to guard against cognitive decline. It reinforces the brain's natural rhythms, promotes restorative sleep, and supports memory and attention. Mary's story demonstrates that with intention and support, it's possible to regain control over sleep patterns, leading to better brain health and overall well-being. Every night of consistent, quality sleep is a step toward preserving the precious memories and mental sharpness that define a rich, connected life. As you consider your own sleep habits, ask yourself, I go to bed and waking up at roughly the same time each day? If not, what small changes can I start today to bring more consistency to my schedule? Remember, it's never too late to nurture your brain by respecting the rhythm it was designed to follow. Light is essential for life, guiding our sleep-wake cycle and helping regulate the brain's internal clock. However, in our modern world, exposure to artificial light during the evening and night hours has become a hidden danger, especially for older adults. Nighttime light exposure can disrupt sleep quality, impair memory, and increase the risk of cognitive decline. Understanding and managing this factor can make a significant difference in protecting brain health. Our circadian rhythm depends heavily on light signals. Natural sunlight during the day helps keep this rhythm strong, signaling to the brain when to be alert. As the sun sets, darkness cues the release of melatonin, a hormone critical for initiating sleep and maintaining its quality. Artificial light, especially the blue light emitted by LED bulbs, smartphones, tablets, and televisions, can confuse the brain by tricking it into thinking it is still daytime. Dr. Mark Johnson, a sleep researcher at Stanford University, explains exposure to blue light in the evening delays melatonin production. This delay can make falling asleep more difficult and fragment sleep architecture. For older adults, who already produce less melatonin naturally, this effect can be especially harmful. Many seniors find themselves in brightly lit rooms late at night, watching TV or checking devices. This common habit, while seemingly harmless, interrupts the brain's preparation for rest. Over time, this disruption not only leads to poor sleep, but also impairs the brain's ability to clear out toxins that accumulate during waking hours, toxins linked to Alzheimer's and other dementias. One study conducted in Boston followed adults aged 65 and older, monitoring their exposure to nighttime light and cognitive performance over several years. Those exposed to higher levels of artificial light at night showed a faster decline in memory and thinking skills than those with lower exposure. This research highlights how simple changes in light habits can have long-term benefits for brain health. Practical steps to manage nighttime light exposure start with creating a sleep-friendly environment. Dimming household lights 2 to 3 hours before bedtime signals the brain to prepare for rest. Using lamps with warm, amber-colored bulbs instead of bright white or blue-toned lights reduces melatonin suppression. For those who use electronic devices, applying blue light filters or night mode settings can help. Turning off screens at least an hour before bed is even better. Some seniors find that reading printed books or listening to audiobooks in low light helps them relax without harming sleep. Bedroom design plays a crucial role as well. Blackout curtains block streetlights and early morning sunlight that might disrupt sleep. Covering digital clocks and unplugging unnecessary electronic devices can reduce light pollution. Keeping the bedroom cool and quiet supports deeper sleep stages essential for brain repair. Social activities and hobbies that don't rely on screens can replace evening screen time. Gardening, knitting, or spending quiet time with family provide calming alternatives that encourage natural winding down. In addition to managing light in the evening, getting bright morning light exposure is equally important. A short walk outdoors in the sunlight helps reset the circadian rhythm and improves mood and alertness throughout the day. Family members and caregivers can support seniors by encouraging healthy light habits. Setting shared screen-free times before bed and adjusting lighting together creates a supportive environment that benefits everyone. For seniors with vision problems or who use night lights, choosing dim, warm-colored lights minimizes disruption while maintaining safety. Consulting with an eye specialist can ensure lighting is appropriate for individual needs. Understanding that the brain's relationship with light is a key part of sleep and memory health empowers older adults to make meaningful adjustments. By protecting melatonin production and supporting natural rhythms, managing nighttime light exposure helps maintain sharper minds and better quality of life. Mrs. Garcia, a 72-year-old retired teacher from New Mexico, shared her experience. After learning about the effects of evening light, she began using a soft lamp with a warm bulb and limited TV time after dinner. She noticed falling asleep faster and feeling more refreshed in the mornings, allowing her to enjoy gardening and family visits with renewed energy. In summary, managing nighttime light is a simple but powerful step toward preserving brain function. By dimming lights, reducing screen time, and creating a restful bedroom, seniors give their brains the environment needed for healing and memory consolidation. It's a gentle change with profound benefits. As you consider your evening environment, think about what lighting changes you can make tonight. Could you swap a bright bulb for a softer one? Could you set a no screens rule before bed? These small actions help protect your brain and ensure each night is a chance to renew and refresh for the days ahead. After exploring how sleep deeply impacts brain health and the hidden dangers that can increase the risk of dementia, it's natural to wonder what you can do right now to protect your mind and body. The good news is that small, consistent steps taken today can lead to meaningful improvements tomorrow and every day after. It's never too late to begin, and your brain is ready to respond to care and attention at any age. First, remember that sleep is not a luxury, but a foundation for brain repair. Prioritizing good sleep hygiene sets the stage for memory, focus, and emotional well-being. Starting with 1 or 2 changes, such as setting a consistent bedtime or reducing screen use before sleep, creates a ripple effect that improves other areas of life. One practical action is to develop a gentle nighttime routine that signals to your brain it's time to rest. This could include turning down bright lights an hour before bed, enjoying a warm cup of herbal tea, or practicing simple breathing exercises. These habits ease the mind and body into relaxation, making falling asleep smoother and more restorative. Next, embrace regular physical activity tailored to your abilities. Walking, stretching, or light yoga stimulate blood flow and release mood-enhancing chemicals. These benefits improve sleep quality and cognitive function alike. For many seniors in the U.S., community centers or parks offer accessible programs designed to support mobility and social connection, both vital for mental health. Incorporating exposure to natural daylight is equally important. Morning sunlight resets your internal clock and lifts mood. Try to spend at least 20 minutes outside each day, whether it's a stroll around the block or sitting on a sunny porch. Even this simple practice can help regulate sleep-wake cycles and support brain health. Social connection is another powerful factor. Staying engaged with family, friends, or community groups nourishes emotional wellness and cognitive vitality. Activities like book clubs, gardening groups, or volunteer work provide meaningful purpose and mental stimulation. If mobility or distance is a challenge, phone calls or video chats can also maintain bonds. Nutrition plays a key role in brain health as well. A balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and healthy fats, like those found in nuts and fish, provides the brain with essential nutrients. Staying hydrated supports cellular function and mental clarity. Consulting with a healthcare provider about supplements or dietary adjustments can tailor support to individual needs. Managing stress is critical. Chronic stress raises cortisol levels, which can damage brain cells and interfere with sleep. Mindfulness practices, meditation, or simply spending quiet time in nature help reduce stress. Remember, you deserve moments of peace and self-care every day. For those struggling with sleep issues or cognitive concerns, seeking professional help is important. Neurologists, sleep specialists, and geriatricians can offer personalized guidance and treatments. Early intervention can slow decline and improve quality of life. Importantly, family and caregivers play an essential role in encouraging and supporting these healthy habits. Compassionate communication and shared routines foster a positive environment where seniors feel respected and motivated to care for themselves. Every step you take to nurture sleep, movement, connection, and nutrition reinforces your brain's resilience. Change can feel daunting, but breaking it into manageable actions makes it achievable. Celebrate small victories. Each night of restful sleep, each walk, each meaningful conversation adds strength to your journey. Imagine waking each day with clearer memory, brighter mood, and renewed energy to enjoy family moments and personal passions. This vision is within reach for every older adult who chooses to invest in their health. In closing, your age is not a barrier, but a milestone rich with wisdom and opportunity. Protecting your brain through mindful sleep and lifestyle habits empowers you to live fully and joyfully. It starts with small choices today that blossom into lasting wellness. Remember, aging well is a lifelong journey. With patience, care, and support, you can preserve your mental sharpness and embrace each day with vitality. Your brain is your treasure. Treat it with kindness and respect. To all watching, take this message to heart and begin with one small change tonight. Whether it's setting a regular bedtime, dimming your lights, or stepping outside in the morning, these simple acts build a stronger, healthier brain. You have the power to shape your future. And finally, age is just a number, and a well-cared-for brain is a lifelong gift. Here's to many vibrant years ahead. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch and listen today. It means a lot that you chose to spend these moments learning how to protect your brain and improve your sleep. Remember, every small step you take toward better rest and brain health is a powerful gift to yourself and those who love you. If this video helped you, please consider subscribing to the channel for more tips and stories that truly matter. Don't forget to give this video a like. It really supports our mission to share valuable information with more people just like you. And most importantly, I'd love to hear from you. Please leave a comment below sharing your thoughts, experiences, or questions. Your stories inspire others and build a caring community where we all grow stronger together. Take care, and here's to many more healthy, peaceful nights ahead.